Okay, so game audio looks like it's going. Mic audio looks like it's going. Just need to bring up the YouTube preview here. That looks like it's doing its thing. I think we're good to go. Awesome. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you all are doing well. Happy Labor Day to my American friends here, and happy, start of the week to everybody else around the world. But good to see you. Happy to have you. Today's stream is starting off just about from the beginning for the 5-star featured ICEMAN Arena. Now, I'm going to be going for Milestones, 1 to 10%, somewhere in the realm of 15 million points, which should be pretty straightforward, pretty easy peasy, even with my getting a late start right here. So, I'm going to be starting off with the infinite streak. Once I get to the infinite streak, run through some 5 stars. Once I run through the 5 stars, then run through some of the 6 stars. So that should all take about the next hour and a half, couple hours, just whatever it winds up being. Y'all know the routine by now. And, we'll go from there. Before we get too far along, though, I do want to say a big howdy and big welcome to the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel and the depth of the YouTubes. Cheers on digging the videos I've put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Speaking of videos yet to come, the rest of the week here is heavily Professor X themed. So tomorrow is a rank up and gameplay video and a couple of extra champion features after that. One featuring Professor X himself with one of his unique utility bits, which I figured should be its own video. And then some Storm X gameplay with the Professor X synergy. So that is coming out the rest of the week. And we're just going to play it by ear and go from there. But without much further ado, time is a-wasting. Let's put up some points and go from there. From the top, what's up, Bait? Cheers on being early, beating me to the stream. But it's all good. How you doing, bud? Happy Monday. And Tilt, hi. Well, big kudos to you. Thank you for joining the Discord. Happy to have you there. And, cheers on the compliment, my friend. Cheers on the compliment. I have a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, and it warms my heart that other people dig it too. So, cheers, bud. What up, PP? What's up? Happy Monday. Tilt does bring up an excellent segue. If you haven't joined the official Rob Von server, the Discord server of the channel here, I do cordially invite you to check out the description for the link. It is open for everybody. If you got questions, comments, concerns about paths, characters to rank up, who's better, this, that, or the other, that is the place to ask questions. If you want just to hang out and chill, there's plenty of that going around too. As well as early access to some of the memes and illustrations that do find their way to Twitter. So again, links in the description there, and I hope to see all of you guys there. So for those of you who are newer to the stream or just tuning in for the first time in a good while, haven't seen me get the infinite streak, I do the old tried and true method of using the 4 stars to get the infinite streak. Now, there is no right or wrong way to get the infinite streak. Using 5 stars only, using 6 stars, whatever. But for me, because I'm an old timer in the game here, the 4-star method still works out great, and that is that works for me. It's gonna be running 4 stars only up through for the first 12 wins, and then after that switch over to the 5s just to make life a little bit easier and go from there. Well, cheers, PP. As soon as I saw the end screen animation for Professor X, I was just like, this is perfect. I couldn't unsee it. So I think the biggest news of today is that Scarlet Witch is officially in the game now as a 5-star. Even though she is immensely difficult to get, she is in the game. Hopefully they wind up coming out with that crystal again, either a la carte, which would be most preferable, or, you know, somewhere else, somewhere along the way. I do know that there would be a bunch of interested parties to try their luck getting her, Wolverine, or White Mags out of that crystal again. But as it stands, if you wound up going for them, and if you wound up getting one of those 4 exclusive 5-star champs out of there, big kudos to you. That's fantastic. I was starting to watch some of the other content creator folks put out videos on Scarlet Witch. I know OG Wolverine has been around for a while, so they already put their CCP videos out on him. But all the same, it's just really fun and it's really cool just seeing Kabam take her off the shelf, dust her off, and give her a little bit of a new life. Long overdue, in my opinion. PP saying, wishing that we had a classic Professor X. You and me both, bud. There's really no reason why they couldn't integrate like the 90s cartoon style where, you know, with him in a hover chair. Like, I get having this version of Professor X is much more modern and in vogue and all that, but I definitely think that, you know, a hover chair version would have worked just as well as well. So maybe there's still time later on that they're going to come out with a second version of Professor X. I mean, they certainly have enough versions of everybody else. Your Iron Mans and your Captain Americas and your Spider-Man. But we'll see. Oh yeah, PP, you and me both. You and me both. Because, and this is going to be a wee bit of a short rant, so apologize in advance. But the current batch that's going to be ending tomorrow didn't have any throwback 5-star champs. And that was a real big bummer for me because the preceding 2 or 3 crystals, so almost like the last year's worth, effectively, all had at least one new throwback champion, whether it was Black Bolt or Daredevil Classic or A-Bomb. You know, champions here where, you know, your mileage may vary and it's not the biggest, shiniest, newest champ out there. However, it was still an exclusive 5-star. Kind of gave the dungeons and the incursions just that little bit extra interest and intrigue. So with this last batch not having any of those, you know, for me, that just fell completely flat on its face. So I got my fingers crossed that this next batch, whether it comes out tomorrow, once these crystals expire, or in, you know, 2-3 weeks, when, like they have in the past, hopefully, either way, it's just something a little bit more interesting, you know, especially now that it's updated. You can get 2 of a certain kind of crystal, 5-star crystal, instead of just 1, which still I think is a really dumb rule. But, you know, hopefully there's something in there that's actually worth getting, you know. We'll see. Yeah, and OG Thor made his debut there as well. Come on. I mean, most fortunately, they wound up bringing him back into arenas later on, which is a lot easier way to get him. But the fact that he started out there, you know, like a couple months ahead of time, still really cool. But if nothing else, and there are going to be things I'm going to be getting out of the Incursion store one way or another. They are starting to sell 6-star crystal shards out of the incursion store for about the same cost as one of the those featured 5 stars. So it's not as exciting just buying straight shards, but I suppose at the end of the day the exchange rate is still pretty good. Because instead of just, 275 6-star shards for a dupe, or a little over 500 for a max sig, you're getting 2,000. So on paper, it's a good exchange rate, even though it's not bright or flashy or spicy or exciting. We'll have to see. Kabam has a habit right now of keeping everything really close to the chest. They aren't announcing stuff too terribly far in advance. Read Summer of Pain, The Maze 2. But, and the featured 6-star crystals coming out tomorrow too. So hopefully those both update at the same time. And go from there. From what I heard, PP, and I'm not sure if they wound up doing it, but I know when they first announced that they would be bringing 5-star switch into the game, is that they were going to be toning down the 5 stars, either attack or crit rating or sig ability, bringing that down just a little bit relative to what the 4-star was. So I'm not sure if they actually wound up doing it. That kind of flew under the radar, but I do remember that they did say that they were considering that, at least way back when. I would argue, though, she's better than Domino just because she has the healing factor. And, being a mystic. Speaking of which, though, her being a mystic is a big plus, mainly because of Mystic Dispersion. But what they really should do whenever they do wind up reworking the masteries is that instead of just making those kind of buffs class specific, just like tune down Mystic Dispersion like by 50%, but then open it up to all classes. So you still have to invest in Mystic Dispersion, and you still get the benefit of like expiring buffs and whatnot. But everybody can use it. Same would be true of Mutagenesis for stopping bleed effects sooner. What was it? The Cosmic one, which reduces armor up ability, something like that. But just open it up to everybody. That way some of the other less popular masteries get a little bit more attention, a little bit more love, and really makes you stop and think about which tree you want to invest in. I mean, obviously that's just all wishful thinking. None of that's probably ever going to happen, because Lordy knows whenever they're going to actually get to reworking masteries, which is long overdue. Maybe next year. Yo, what up, there, John? Just duped to 5-star Dr. Doom. Holy cow, that is a fantastic pull. Big congrats. And Kid, hey, what's up? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well there. Tom, yo. Hello. Always a pleasure. What up, Error? Happy Tuesday morning. Good to see you, bud. And 24, so fresh. What's up? Welcome, everybody. Just still working on getting the original Infinite Streak. I wound up not getting anything done arena-wise. I was pretty busy with some other stuff, but working my way through it. Through the bulk of the 4 stars at this point. I think this is what win. Oh, and win 7. Okay, so we got a little bit of ways to go. Good to see you, Black Panther. No worries. No worries, no stress, no nothing. Feel free to jump in, drop out, whenever. All we're doing here tonight is just hanging out, kicking back, chilling for a spell, putting up some points, getting some loot. Just good times. Alright, come on. Parry me. Parry me. Oh, don't hit me. Parry me. Or get parried. Semantics. There we go. Beautiful. $24, are you going for the featured champ or are you going for milestones? Panther, I'm doing very good. Today wound up being an excellent day. An excellent day. It was really surprising, pleasant surprise to see that they, with the Scarlet Witch crystals a little bit earlier, it was a very pleasant surprise. And even though I didn't wind up getting her, it wound up working out really well, so no complaints here. Tom saying, thinking of rank 4ing my 5-star Cat Beardo. How good is he? He is arguably one of the top 3 science champs in the game. So, yes, 100%, absolutely. And then, once you do that, if you get extra science signature stones or even generic signature stones, just keep throwing them on Cat Beardo. He really benefits. He benefits from being awakened. But also, you know, the higher signature level he gets, the better he gets. So, yes, 100%, absolutely. Oh, cheers, Panther. I'm just going for milestones. Just milestones. Hoping to wind up in the 1 to 10% bracket. But, cheers. Cheers all the same. 24 pulling the 5-star Wolverine, you lucky dog. I'm so jealous. So jealous. Especially now with Professor X and then Apocalypse later on coming out. Like, I can't imagine how good 5-star Wolvie's going to be with those synergies. Have you got a chance to take him out for a spin now that you got him? I'd be very interested to know what you think. Interesting. Oh, that's okay. That's right. That's right. I'm like, well, first I was pretty impressed that my Black Widow here got Luke Cage down to 50% health without his indestructible triggering, and then I remember that it's the 4-star, so of course that's how it works. She's like 80% effective in reducing ability accuracy, so that makes sense. How good is 5-star Yondu? Got him on my featured 5-star. He is... I'm not going to lie. You're going to need to get pretty creative to really see a big benefit out of Yondu. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just... it's not very exciting. I would say that arguably one of the best things about Yondu now is that he's one of 3 tech champions that isn't affected by Magneto's magnetism. So he's a really solid counter for that. Outside of that, though, he's okay. He's probably going to wind up just being arena fodder, most likely, or a synergy mule. But... either way, I mean, if it's a brand new champion, that's a win all the same, regardless, you know. So, got to look at it glass half full. And 24 with the 4-star Professor X, very cool as well. Yeah, anytime you get the featured champion, no matter who it is or what rarity level, out of the early access, that's a big win. So, yeah, the 4-star is great. Very cool. Best luck on the gold grind, huh? That's the kicker. getting the champion is the first step, but there's like 80 steps after that between all the different farming for all the different resources that needs to happen to really crack them open and come on, be able to make the most of them. But again, at the end of the day though, getting the champion is the first big step, so very cool. Naranjan, yes. I saw the video that Seaton put out from CCP testing out Wolvie's regen, and it is nuts. Yeah, Aegon's solid too. Yo, what up, Harshith? Happy Monday, bud. Good to see ya. Alright, so let's wrap up the first 10 with Hype, Sassy, and Switch, actually. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Harsh is saying he's in an online class right now. Very cool. What subject? If you don't mind my asking. But cheers on tuning in all the same. And there he goes, disappearing off into the mist. Very nice. I'm really looking forward to getting some more practice in with Sasquatch. He's a very fun champion. Very fun champion. Not gonna lie, of the two new Mystic champs, Sassy and Dragon Man, I kind of think I like Dragon Man a little bit better. But Sassy still, all the same, is a very fun champ to play. Plus, he's an absolute tank. I think he's got, what, the largest health pool out of everybody now? Something like that. So if you get one and you can rank them up or especially max them out, it'd be devastating on Alliance War defense. See, this is why I like Switch so much. Just laying into him, I got a crit boost, I got a couple of regens going. Casual 13k for a special 2. Nice. Nice. Yes, please, I will take that. Alright, so that is first 10, which means the next 2 are going to be just a wee bit more challenging, getting paired up with some of the more challenging opponents. Case in point. So let's bring up Sentinel, throw Starkey against him. This is just not going to be nice either way, is it? But I think this is probably the lesser of the evils, right? There we go. Worked out quite nice. I should say, fair warning, I need to double check it, but I'm fairly certain I'm still boosted. I wanted boosting up to finish my path in Alliance War. So that's why all the attack values are as high as they are, while the PI levels for 4 stars are as high as they are. I only just now realized it, like 11 fights into this. I'm like, this is going remarkably well. That's why. That's why. Alright, deck's out of the way there. Just wall up the guy a little bit more. Throw a special one, get a nice little parry going. And there we go. Very good. Dang. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Tilt. So yeah, okay. Still got 20 minutes left on that boost. That's why that makes so much more sense. So let's go against Torch. Man, all of these are awful. Well, this has to happen there. Let's do this. I'm hoping, I've got a couple of 6-stars that I've got probably within the next week or so to open. I'm really hoping Thing is one of them. Like, the dude is just so good. Plus is an easy candidate for a Science Awakening gem, should I ever pull one. It's because, like, the higher sig he gets, the more useful he gets, the more damage he can tank, which is always a big plus. Anybody who can eat a special attack or massive damage is a huge win, especially for, you know, Alliance War, for Act 6, future Act 7. Speaking of which, Act 7, that's coming out, or the beta is coming out later this week. I completely forgot about the beta. So I'll have to see about streaming some of that later on, too. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a little bit, but we'll see. Jury's still out. Well, cheers, Tilt. Much appreciated. Nothing else, you can always, if you're tuning in on a desktop, you can always just minimize the stream here on YouTube and then just keep rolling with whatever else you're doing. Just have it playing in the background. That works too. Either way, much appreciated. Tilt saying, who is my favorite champion? My favorite champion, hands down, Elsa Bloodstone. Favorite champion in the game. I need to clarify that. Just because she's so immensely fun to play. She's got ridiculously smooth animations and high damage output and some great unique utility too. So all those things in tandem, there's a lot of good stuff that she can do. And any chance I get to take her out for either story or monthly quest, oh yeah, absolutely. Just having a good time. Okay, so that's 12. So, which means it's time to switch over here to the 5-stars, and then from fight number 13 to fight number 20, just keep rolling 5-stars, and then start with the 6s, go from there, so on and so forth. Tom asking if I've got access to the 7 beta. Yes, I do. I'm very, very lucky to have gotten that invite, because as I understand it, it's fairly random. Like, they effectively just tossed everybody's name in a hat and just drew names from there. So I did, and everything so far seems to be like that's in a good place, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Ah, gotcha. Well, there is plenty of grinding to be had in this game. Plenty of grinding to be had. That is the name of the game. Like, there's two names of the game here, right? Grinding is king, and then patience is a virtue. And those are like the two main tenets of MCOC. Like, if you gotta be able to play the long game. Like, if you want instant gratification, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. But, you know, if you roll with the punches and play the long game, it's gonna work out. There's just a lot of punches. That's the thing. That's the kicker. A lot of punches. Yo, what up, Supersonic? J-Fire stopping in. Saying just recently found the channel and digging some of the Elsa videos. Well, kudos. Cheers. First off, I mean, thanks for checking the channel out. I very much appreciate that. And just as important to me, I suppose, thank you very much for the kind words on the Elsa video. It's like I was saying to Tilt, you know, Elsa's my favorite champ in the game to play, and just wanted to showcase some of the cool stuff that she does. So happy to hear that you dug it, and thank you very much for the sub, my friend. A strategy game and a memorization game. So, I gotta ask, for you guys in chat, who here has been playing for less than a year? I'll say why that's relevant in a sec. Because, like, for me, I've been playing since, I think, month 3. Like, the game was out for maybe, like, 3 months, and then that's when I got in, and now it's almost 5.5 years ago. Good lord. So I've been playing for a hot minute, right? And the game's gone through a lot of changes, and a lot of new champions, and dynamic, and game modes, and bases, and all that, right? But I think that gives me and people who've been playing a long time a huge advantage, because, you know, we've gotten to see each of these champions as they come out, learn how to fight against them, fight as them. You know, it's been a pretty steady stream of release of champions, you know, to a month, give or take, for the last pushing 6 years. But the only reason I ask for, you know, who here is new within the last year is that I could not imagine how difficult it can be to be thrown into the middle of the game at this point and have like 180 different characters with different abilities and different animations and different approaches. And you got to go in and fight all of them and know how to counter them and who counters what and this, that, and the other. And just have all that thrown their way all at once. Like, for me, I would be pretty overwhelmed, so also would be interested to hear from some of the newer players, kind of their experience just getting everything sorted out. Hey, Naren John, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Be proud of that, rank 5. Definitely be proud. Because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get a champion worth ranking up for one, and then all the resources you got to get to take that champion up. It's a lot of work. And then so much of it too is just RNG as well. It's like no matter how hard you play, you're still at the mercy of the game. J-Fire saying favorite champ there is Archangel. Gotten to take some crazy stuff with him, such as Infinity Iron Man. Very cool. That's actually really impressive too, because that Infinity Man is super annoying. Alright, so let's get Rolk down here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Get out of here, my dude. Be gone. Jay saying that Archangel also has been working as a Nick Fury counter, but if he's immune, use Colossus, parry, go brief. Let go briefly during Fury's L1. Get the 1k damage 3 to 4 times, and there you go. Solid strat. Solid strat. So Jay's favorite champ is Archangel. I said mine was Elsa, but what about you guys? Who's your favorite champ to play? Yeah, well, there you go. 70 fights. I will take that free crystal. Thank you very much. Yeah, Darren John, it's funny how that kind of snowballs, you know? It takes so long to get the first, and then significantly less amount of time to get the second, and then by the time you got 2, and then you get 3, and then you're really starting to roll. Just makes it a little bit easier to keep getting the next one. That's why if you're looking to take somebody up as your first big, whatever it is, your first big, you know, rank 5 5-star, your first rank 2 6-star, your first rank 5 4-star, you know, wherever it is you're in game, it's the first one is always so important because they're going to wind up being your workhorse, you know, doing a lot of the heavy lifting to get you from where you're at right then and there to getting the next rank 5, rank 2, whatever it is. Supersonic saying that Doom's personal favorite as an excellent choice. Tom digging that Stark Spidey. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm really hoping that Starky winds up finding his way into the 6-star pool at some point. It's one of those champs where he doesn't, well, there's really no reason why he isn't a 6-star or why he couldn't be a 6-star. But I'd love to see him at that level just because he's so good. He's just so stinking good. Let's do this and let's do this. Ah, ouch. Yeah. But Nerjana, I do suppose that it's a good thing to learn that lesson then and there. Then, you know, later on, once you got a higher rarity champion or you've spent more resources on somebody, you know? Oh. I'm not gonna lie, Gamora was one of my favorite champions to play in early game. Just because her special attacks did so much damage at the time. That once you got her awakened, then she's just throwing those, what, God Blade, whatever it's called. For those massive crits and the bleed. Oh, that's so great. You just watch opponent's health pool just instantly evaporate. It's very satisfying. Blink. First 565 was ICEMAN. Ah, yeah. He's not a bad champ to have as a rank 5. But that having been said, yeah, his damage output hasn't aged very well, unfortunately. Utility is still there, but the damage output hasn't aged very well. Yeah, let's do this. Hey, we can only hope that we get a Quake and Wolvie as a 6-star. Might be a while on both of them, unfortunately. I mean, because if we're just now getting Wolvie as a 5-star all this time later, it might be a minute still before we get him as a 6, but again, not really sure why that'd be an issue, because it's not like people can really awaken him or put a lot of signature stones on him to capitalize on that huge regen. But, you know, what do I know? I just punch dudes in the face till they don't get up anymore. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh yeah, Killmonger. I think a lot of people have forgotten that Killmonger... Uh-oh. That's probably curtains for me. No? Odd. I think a lot of people have forgotten that Killmonger exists. Or like all the things that Killmonger can do. Like, I'm a big fan of his exactly for that reason, that he can tank hits, he gets True Strike, he can get some crazy bleed if you're smart. The reflect damage is a nice perk too. Oh yeah, dude has a lot of tools in his toolkit. Most used 4-star was Iceman and Cap Beardo. Still use Cap, but yeah, Iceman's kind of on the bench. Yeah, I hear you there. But who knows? Maybe with like the Horseman ability that Apocalypse can dole out to people, maybe he'll wind up finding a little bit of extra love. See, I think if they can get away with having Star-Lord as a 6-star, they can certainly have Wolverine or Scarlet Witch as 6 stars. I I mean, it just makes sense, right? Because all Star-Lord needs to do is be awakened once. And, I mean, there you go. You're set. You're off to the races. Dealing some of that crazy, massive damage. Whereas, like, Scarlet Witch or Wolverine, yeah, you can wake them up, but they got to be high signature level to be really, really a big threat. Come on, dude. Throw that special. I mean, or you could chase me across the entire stage. I suppose that works too. Nah, there we go. We got it. We got it. Who knows? Maybe ICEMAN is on a priority list to get a rework or a buff. Because I agree with you. Like, a bunch of champs need that little bit extra attention. Like, there's no reason why Ghost Rider isn't Incinerate immune, you know? And same with Iceman, you know, why Iceman can't be Ice immune. Or Cold Snap immune. I mean, that's kind of like his thing, you know? It just makes sense. Ah, yeah, well, either way, you got Doom Awakened and got a couple of Sig levels on him too to boot, so that's all really solid. That is all really solid. No, Doom is one of the best options to use Awakening Gems on. Because his Awakened ability, even though it isn't necessary to run Doom, it's a really nice to have. Plus his Prestige is one of the highest in the game, which unfortunately is an important aspect of the game. So yeah, no, don't second guess yourself. That was a very good choice. Alright, come on, dude. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, bud. Currently, yeah, there's 17 subs shy of the big 1,000. That's ridiculous. That is right around the corner. I can't even believe it. So thank you to all you guys who have subbed already. It means a lot, guys. It means a lot. Tilt tasking, what am I going to do for 1K? There is going to be a combo video of a massive crystal opening and a massive rank up video. I'm still kicking around how I would wind up doing a giveaway of sorts. Because I want to... What I'd like to do is to be able to do art for somebody, right? So, like, if you are a fellow YouTuber, you know, and you want some banner art, yeah. There you go. I could do that for you. Or if you want, like, a, I don't know, caricature of yourself or a friend or a loved one, I could do that. Stuff like that I mean, that's what I do. I'm good at. But I'm still working on the logistics of how to organize that. And 1,000 kind of snuck up on me, so it's not quite there yet, but that's the idea at least. Or, I mean, if you got like a, you know, do like an illustration or something of your favorite character in game. Something like that, you know? Evan popping 5 X-Men crystals, got a 6-star Emma and a 5-star Bishop. Those are 2 amazing pulls. Very cool. And I absolutely agree with you, Supersonic. They kind of let the cat out of the bag by having Ghost available as a 6-star. And Corvus, too, for that matter. Good champs, and I'm glad that they are 6 stars, but, you know, can't really argue the other ones. Tom saying 5-star Doctor Doom, have it rank 5 and awakened him. Very cool. Uh-oh. Sorry I breathed. The cord's figuring its life out right now. There we go. We're back. He's now my top 3 now. A few more 6 stones will be number 2, number 1. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Doom is ridiculous, prestige-wise. Which is very, very fun. He's one of the rare, very rare examples of like a character that's done perfectly. He's balanced, which is the important thing. Oh, froze again. Sorry, I breathed again, guys. He's balanced, does a heck of a lot of damage, has great utility. His prestige is through the roof to match his status in the Marvel universe. He's got some fun synergies to boot, too, so all around, really solid character. Alright, speaking of Doom, let's go knock Doom down a notch or so, huh? Bye-bye, dude. Is it worth rank 4 in Corvus or leveling up 6-star Nebula? So we've got rank 4 Sparkles and rank 3 Medusa. Corvus. Definitely Corvus. Corvus is effectively a cheat code for so much stuff in game. Like, not actually a cheat. Obviously, not actually a cheat. But he can get you through a lot of stuff. A lot of annoying nodes. So, very useful. Uh-oh. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. Well, cheers, Tom. Elsa's an absolute monster. It's criminal how underrated she is in the game. Plus, I mean, I don't think I touched on it in any of my Elsa videos, but one of the other things that I like about Elsa is that she's one of the rare skill champions that does not rely on bleed. Like, Blade is bleed, Nick is bleed, Hitmonkey is bleed, Ronan is bleed. And then you got Elsa, who's Cold Snap and Incinerate. Another benefit of Thor Ragnarok, even though a lot of people dislike him, is that he doesn't rely on bleed either. His whole mechanic is shock, which is very useful. So, just very, very nice to haves. Like, it's almost for that reason. That's exactly why I have Thor Ragnarok, Stealthy, and Elsa ranked up as my 6-star skill champions. Just because there's way too many bleed immune champs and bleed immune nodes in game that You just run into too many roadblocks. It wouldn't be fun. Not taking the bait this time there, John. Not taking the bait. Mags or Corvus? Still Corvus. Still Corvus. Well, this will be interesting. Like, Corvus is that good. Magneto is really good, too. One of the arguably best mutants now in-game. But, nah, still Corvus. Just because his glaive immunity ability is so unique and so ridiculously useful, too. Get out of here, dude. Go away. No one likes you. Silly Annoyalus. Yeah. Yeah. That was for the side quest, Tom. Exactly right. That's the thing, too, because Thor is one of the first examples of a champion that you have to, like, ramp up to use. Like, everybody else is just like, yeah, just spam special 1, like Hyperion, or spam special 2, like Corvus. And then Thor Ragnarok came out and was like, yeah, you have to get 40 hits, and then throw special 3, and then he starts being interesting. I think that was one of the reasons why people really disliked him at first, because it's like, we have to do all that to make him interesting. I'm like, well, yeah, but I mean, most fights nowadays, it's not a big ask to get to 40 hits, because everybody's either a tank or just eats damage like it's nobody's business. Should be able to do it, yeah. Yeah, there was, well, Scene's video was based on like a casual throwaway line that one of the character designers said, is that, yeah, it would be really cool if there was a Thunder God Thor from Infinity War in game, right? Where he's got Stormbreaker and Mjolnir both. He was like, yeah, that would be really cool. And then I think a lot of people took that as like, oh my goodness, this champion is coming. He's been confirmed. They're working on him. I mean, that's not what the guy said, but that's what people heard. And I think that's kind of where it stands right now anyway. It's like, we might wind up getting one. It'd be really cool to have that new Thor and, like, I don't know, Valkyrie or somebody. But, yeah, as it stands right now, boink. I got no answer for you there as to why Blade isn't available as a 6-star. I think it might be because of his danger sensibility, but now that Magneto is buffed, that's kind of a dumb excuse. Because Magneto's magnetism effectively is a metal danger sense, you know? And then you could make the argument that, you're like, well, Blade has a reliable heal. Well, I mean, yeah, he does, but It's good, but in like end game content, it's not going to be good enough to be usable. You're still going to take more chip damage than you can heal, and at that point, it's kind of like, yeah. I was gonna be like, do I want to put Human Torch against Cat Marvel? And then immediately I was like, no, no. That would not be good. Alright, come on, my dude. Doink. Yoink. Alright, and game over, man. Alright, let's have some fun with Nick here, huh? Still getting a feel for Professor X. But in order to have some real fun with him, we gotta bait out this special too. Uh-oh. There we go. Still working on him. He's not bad. His defensive ability is pretty lackluster, which, you know, I get for balance sake, but overall, still really kind of like him. Come on. Come on. Get out of here, dude. Ah, I love the big melty numbers. That'd be really cool. I like that idea of like an evolving Groot. The longer the fight goes, the bigger he gets. Sort of like how they're doing with Apocalypse right now, how he grows depending on how many charges he's got. I think that's an interesting visual mechanic. Doesn't really serve much purpose otherwise, but interesting visual mechanic. I would argue that Blade is one of the most reliable regen characters. Like his regen itself is okay. It's okay. But it's really easy to trigger. Like you don't need to wait till you're at 50% health for it to trigger. You don't need to wait till you're at 20% of health for it to trigger. It's just like, no, just dex back and hold block, and there you go. Like you don't need to wait for a random buff to pop up like Wolverine or Scarlet Witch. It just works. I will say that though, that yeah, Blade needs some new synergies. Like that seems like what they're doing with a lot of the newer champions is giving older champions some really cool synergies. Like just look at what they're doing with Kang with Apocalypse, right? Like Kang on paper now is going to be very good. And who would have thought that, right? Not me. The Domino love I never really got. She's annoying as a defender. I'll definitely give her that. But on offense, not a fan. Not a fan. Because it's too random. And like if you're in a clutch play where everything is on the line, it's like do or die, right? I don't want a champion that just maybe might work if I play, even if I play perfectly or play optimally. I don't want somebody who might work, maybe. That's not fun. That's not going to work. Plus, with Domino 2, you got to bring a couple other characters with to make them good. Like, you got to bring with Masakra and you got to bring with Red Hulk. And then, only then, can you start doing some big spicy numbers on a heavy attack, provided the opponent isn't Incinerate immune. And, you know, Red Hulk's got his uses now with his Incinerate reduction, which is kind of cool, but, you know, who really wants to have a Masakra on the squad? Might be a good idea if they revamp Ant-Man to have a pre-fight to turn him into a giant man, since Kabam has been enlarging animations. Yeah, I would be down with that. I would absolutely be down with that. Give him a couple of new abilities too, because he's an extremely vanilla champion. Alright, come on, dude. There we go. There we go. Yo, what up, man, Falcon? Ooh, fancy word of the day. I am doing superlative. Superlative. There we go. Got tongue-tied there for a second. It's just that kind of day. Hit me, dude. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting. He revived there at the end. Like it was with the villain synergy. Unless I missed something. Interesting. You know, Naranjan, I think that's a solid idea. It's nice to have all those characters and have those options, but yeah, of the three, I think Domino would be a solid third choice. Let's do that, and then let's switch out Psylocke for VTD. Just to be on the safe side, because Masakra is not ranked up. It's gonna be the maiden voyage for Masakra here. Hopefully, I don't choke. Peter Parker picked a peck of pickled peppers. You know, I would, but I got through once. Uh-oh. I got through once. I'm not going to push my luck. Okay. There's that. Dex that. Going here. While I think of it, I need to go and check, and I think the beta comes out on Wednesday. Instead of, like, tomorrow. I need to check. Because that would make a difference. Beautiful. Beautiful. Rinse that fight. Yo, what up, Matt Murdoch? Always a pleasure. Good to see you. She sells seashells by the seashore. So on and so forth. Oh, yeah. But when it comes to like tongue twisters like that, it's like, you know, I'm lucky to get through a regular sentence without just completely stumbling over myself, let alone something that's gonna like be a tongue twister. Like we can just pretend. Do I reckon a 6-star rank 4 will be available when Act 7 is fully released? No, I don't. Maybe by the time that like Act 7.4 comes out, like, and I'm not expecting that until next year at some point. But it's not a popular opinion, and I'm not. It's not something I'm looking forward to. But I do predict, at least, that they're gonna start releasing like small incremental shards for either a tier 3 alpha or a tier 5 basic, either by the end of this year or early next year. Like with the assumption that it's gonna take you till about this time next year to fully form a single catalyst, but just to have the basic shards in game. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a little bit sooner than I think anybody would like, to be honest. Sean Connery doing tongue twisters. She shall, spider, she shall. All you gotta do is just go shaw, 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 shaw. Close enough. Alright, come on, dude. Let's wrap this up. There we go. Well, I don't know if it's so much about making Ant-Man, like intentionally making Ant-Man crap. I think in modern context, like from a 2020 perspective, oh yeah, the dude needs a big rework because he's lackluster at best. But like at the time when he came out, it's just like, oh hey, he can inflict poison. That's cool. And he can glance, which is a huge deal back then. Oh yeah, yeah. Then in that case, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Arnold would just be staring at the page trying to figure it out. I need to get a soundboard going over here. Pew pew, pew pew. Uh-oh. Oh, that worked out. Well, yeah, but then they had to throw in that stupid extra node with glancing where you take damage based on every time it glances. Like, as if not dealing damage in the first place wasn't bad enough already. Now you're punished for dealing damage? Yeah. Not a big fan of that one. Oh, very cool, Evan. Very cool. That's for the new tournament coming up, right? I'm assuming. The Sector 8 one? Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Thought I lost that one for a second. Because I missed that parry for some reason. I don't even know what they were thinking at the time to have a special attack not deal damage. Like, why? Why would that be fun? Why would you think that would be fun? You know? Of course, there's seashells all over the place. Why not? Why would you need to collect them? Why would you take them off the beach? And then go off on some like eco-friendly bit and then drive off in his Hummer to his private jet. Man. That Arnold was rusty right there. Come on, dude. Come on. There we go. Well, pre-buff Colossus was the only mutant who was bleed immune. That's why he was good. Because like there weren't a whole lot of bleed immune champs in the game, period. And the couple that were robots. Or tech champions, I suppose. So to have somebody who wasn't a tech champion that was also bleed immune, it's pretty cool. That's why Unstoppable Colossus, for a hot minute at least, was an option. He's like one of the few Mystic bleed immune champs. Nice little perk to have, especially if you ran suicides. Is that the requirement to run Sector 8 or Zone 8? You gotta have at least 6 or 8 6-stars. He feeds feeds carrots and then gives a cigar. Ah, yeah, that's right. That too. I'm so glad they fixed that. Like, it was such a necessary and needed thing because the game was so broken. So broken. Yeah. Like, Narrajon, I definitely, it's definitely something cool to save up for and get a unique character, an extra 5-star. But utility-wise, he's not super great. Not super great. He's got his places, got his uses, and again, he's a great trophy champion. But I guess my point is just go into knowing that he's a trophy champion. get some of the, oh, she's, rank 4? Rank 4 Medusa, I'm guessing. Possibly 5. There we go, now it's open season. Just gotta wait for the Fury to come down, and then it's just, all bets are off. But is there anything better in the loyalty store? Not really. Not really, unless you're saving up for some of those Alliance War boosts, like the Power Start 1, or Regen, or Invulnerability. Otherwise, not really. Like, occasionally there's a level 1 team pot that rolls around. That's pretty useful for AQ if you run Corvus, but yeah, outside of that, not really. Yeah, man. As long as Apocalypse like sits underneath the grill, he can just like fire up the grill and just get some hot dogs going. Maybe be pretty useful. Then was nerfed. Isn't that the story of the game, though? So-and-so champ comes out, they can do this really cool thing, and then Kabam's like, oh, that wasn't intended, and then nerf. Like, it's one thing if the character is just going to absolutely break the game. Absolutely just break the game, break the meta, but, you know, being able to regen a little bit isn't going to break the game. You know, here's looking at you, Namor. Alright, so should have adequate Furies built up now. Yeah, and then people would have been really excited to get Annihilus. Now it's just like, oh, I got the Bugman. He's arena points, I guess. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Oh, this poor dude pulling a 6-star Joe Fix-It from a featured crystal, most likely. Poor guy. Excuse me. You know, without Daredevil being awakened, he's just a punching bag. He's got like nothing going for him if he's not awakened. And get out of here, my dude. That's a nice 21 case. Special one right there. He's very clingy, this Annihilus fellow. Very clingy. I do appreciate that Korg says, piss off, Ghost. Anytime that the ghost he's fighting phases. It's a nice little touch. Appreciate that little subtle nod. Or give compensation, Supersonic. something commensurate with the time invested. You burn units to refresh, that's one thing, but it's the time that you ain't getting back. Oh, that's right. That's right. I said I was gonna go check the beta. If it's tomorrow or Wednesday. Tomorrow. Okay. Very cool. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day, guys. Busy, busy, busy. Alright, so claim that. Go here, claim this. Claim some of this stuff. Sorry, shameless segue. Or tangent. Get some extra units. Cool. Neat. And then one last thing quick. Just move up in AQ. Yeah, Naranjong. That is a an actual Korg quote in game. And that's still noted. Okay, cool. Tom, how do people get so good in AQ they can go through AQ without losing health? Practice. Like if you're assigned a path and you run the same path week after week after week after week after week after week, you get a pretty good feel for it. And after a while of doing that and just knowing what to expect, it gets a lot easier. Like the new modifiers they wound up adding definitely are a wrench in the gears, I'd say. Just for mixing things up, but you know, those have been in game for what, a couple months, month and a half, couple months, something like that. So slowly starting to get a feel for those and knowing how to work around them. So all comes with the territory. And get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Now, man, if you're running Corvus, you're going to be like eternally at 1% health. If you're talking about my Human Torch right there, the only reason he was at full health is because I hadn't used him yet. That's the only reason why. Special me, dude. Thank you. Doink. And that's a lot of it too, Tom. Like if you've done other levels of AQ, then going into a different level of AQ with, you know, a modified health pool and damage output and whatnot, it makes a difference. Definitely makes a difference. Alright, so let's throw Mysterio up there. Let's throw Saberman up there and Moonface here. Moon. What's up, Shift? Why do they not give ISO for duping champs in Arena? Better question is, why don't you get full amount of shards for duping a champ in Arena? I got nothing for you. I don't know. They should. But they don't. What's up, Sergio? Happy Monday, bud. Good to see you. Just pulled a 5-star Guardian, rank him up straight to rank 5 and awake him. Are you saying that you did those things? If so, that's really cool. Guardian is a really solid champ, plus got a really good synergy too. If you're asking if that's a good idea, then I would say probably rank him up to rank 3 first. Take him out for a spin, see how you like him, how he plays and his abilities and all that, and then go from there. Either way, congrats on that new 5-star Guardian. Very cool. Bullhead, fish face, fish bowl, all of the above. Oh, hey, it's perfect. I didn't even realize who I was pairing him up against, but yeah, Domino is who he was made to counter. Doink. Easy peasy, 20 hits. Very cool. Yes. Yep. Which is a nice real-world application for the game and for the character. Now all you need is a champion who's based around like the zodiac or astrological signs or something like that. Just keep the motif going. Now the question is why the amount of ISO you get stop at 4 stars. Why don't you get more for 5 or 6? Asking the good questions, because that would just give you too many resources, and you know, we can't have that. Cheers, everybody. Mr. Novichok. Zappy zap zap. Special me, dude. Yeah. And the recoil gets him. Should I rank 2 Venom unduped or rank 5 a duped one? Rank 2, because the 6-star is going to come in handy for longer than the 5-star is. Plus, I don't think his awakened ability is like 100% necessary for running Venom, right? I think. But more often than not, yeah. Always go with the 6-star. 6 stars are the future. Remember, people were saying that when 6 stars first came out. 6 stars are the future. And they were saying that about 5s when 5 stars came out. I've been playing this game a long time. But it's always interesting to see how the game continues to grow and evolve and develop. And very interested to see what they wind up doing with it the rest of the year here, what we got in store for next year. Just keep the ball rolling, you know. Better pay attention or else unduped Spidey here is gonna... There we go. There we go, never mind. Take it back. And yeah, the adrenaline mechanic is huge. Because it winds up adding up in case you wind up getting clipped. Being able to get any health back is a big plus. Oftentimes winds up making a difference between pulling through in the clutch or getting KO'd. Especially for somebody like Venom. Like if it was a prestige champion like Doom or Silver Surfer or, you know, a litany of anybody else, yeah, it might be a better idea to do the 5-star just for the prestige sake. But yeah, otherwise, if it's not a prestige play and if you don't really need a high sig ability to be useful, then yeah, more often than not, the 6-star. Alright, let's do that, and that, and that. Let's fight a Sassy. Let's go fight Sassy. If it wants to bring it up. And then we'll do that, and we'll do that. And that works. That works. I was gonna say, come on now. Come on. Please don't special me. Please don't. Okay. Alright, never mind. You went there. It worked out. Came through. Came through. Alright, big fella. Let's play this smart, shall we? Uh-oh. Smart, I said. Excellent. Oh, Tigra. I'm having so much fun playing her. She's so silly. And let's do the heavy attack. And special. And do that. So if I can knock him out before he goes angry mode. There we go. Awesome. Sergio saying, what do you think about having the same champs as rank 2 and rank 5? Always get 6-star champs that already have it rank 5. Not sure if it's worth ranking them. It depends. there's, in my opinion, there's only a few champions that are worth having twice. You know, Ghost, Corvus, Doom, a couple others. But otherwise, what I've been trying to do is that if it's a champion that requires a high sig level, then stick with the 5-star. If it's somebody you can get away with, you know, having unawakened or at, you know, just sig 20, then the 6-star. And then just, you know, keep the 5-star in the bench for either arena or just as a backup just in case. But otherwise, am I just completely frozen here? No, network issues. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, let's ride this thing out now. Any day now. Please. Really? Alright, well. Yeah, I moved game. Hey, what up, Sedan? Long time no see. How you doing? Always a pleasure. How's the day going for you so far? Is it still thinking? No. Okay, cool, we're good. We're in business. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Glad you caught me though too, because this is unfortunately the last call here. And all that means is just gonna be running one more arena here, just this last team, and start doing the sign off after that. Tom asking if I got a PS4. I do have a PS4. Am I gonna be getting the new Avengers game? Not for a while. Not for a while. I hear the campaign is really good, which is really cool, but I don't have any interest in the multiplayer. So I'll probably wait till it either gets marked down or I get it used. And then, you know, just pop it in, have some fun, and go from there. But the other problem with me right now is that I've got such a huge backlog library of cool stuff that I haven't even gotten to yet, so... even if I did get it, I still probably wouldn't wind up getting to it for a while just because, you know, I want to play some of the older stuff first. Oh. Don't slap the monkey. The monkey is the one doing the slapping. Yeah, bud. Welcome back. Alright, so last fight here. Come on. Come on. Come on. And boom. Nailed it. Just in time for more network issues. Nope, there we go. Okay, perfect. Alright guys, that is a wrap. Sitting at 5 million points, I'd say, if it ever loads up so we can see what the final score is. But off the cuff, I'm saying about 5 million points here for the stream, which is a really good start. That is over a third of the way done already just in this one go. So I will definitely take that. So let's see, there's a lot of stuff to go over. If you haven't already, if you would kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Currently about 13 people shy of hitting the big 1,000. So, obviously no pressure one way or another, but that would be very much appreciated. Got plenty of cool stuff coming down the pipe still. Got a Professor X video coming out tomorrow. A couple more coming out later on this week for rank up, gameplay, footage, all that cool stuff. So stay tuned for that. Hit the notification bell to be notified as it goes live. I'm going to be live streaming a lot tomorrow because evidently tomorrow is when the Act 7 beta goes live. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that. as well as trying to do the usual live stream, same time, same place. That's going to be picking up either tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll go from there. What else do I got? I think that's it, guys. Well, it's a big thank you for everybody who's been watching here live the last couple hours. It's always a pleasure getting to chat with you guys and the highlight of doing a live stream. So kudos to all of you. But until next time, everyone, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. And be well, everybody. Bye for now.